Metaphor ReFantasio's OST is boring and unmemorable. At least that's what I used to think. I finished Metaphor almost a year and a half ago, and honestly, after finishing the game, I never really stuck around and listened to any of the OSTs afterwards. They just didn't really click with me the same way that the soundtracks from the Persona games did. I finished P3R a year and a half ago, right before Metaphor, and I still listen to those soundtracks almost every single day. I don't know what it was, but the soundtracks from Metaphor just didn't click with me like that, and in my mind, they were just really unmemorable and kind of just off to the side. I even saw someone on Twitter say the same thing, that the soundtrack is just unmemorable. It's not really something you would ever listen to after finishing the game. And I agreed with it. I was like, you know what? Finally, I'm not the only one that thinks this. Then I saw some people in the replies saying, no, the soundtrack is great. You gotta listen to it. You gotta give it a shot. And I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to do it anyway, so let me try it. So I spent a couple of days listening to the soundtrack over and over again, trying to relive the time that I played the game and go through that playthrough once again while I was hearing the music. And honestly, I can safely say that I was completely wrong about what I used to think about the soundtrack. The Metaphor OST is actually such a masterpiece, and I'm really annoyed at myself that I just brushed it off so easily after I finished playing the game. Don't get me wrong, I always thought that the soundtrack was great, but it wasn't something that you would listen to on a daily basis like the Persona songs. The Metaphor themes and the songs in the game feel like they're made for when you're playing the game and not to listen to on their own. At least that's how it felt at first. While on the other hand, the Persona games have songs that are put into the game. Even though they're made for the game, they kind of feel like they were already songs that just got put into the game. Does that make sense? So that's why I felt that there was a big contrast in between Persona and Metaphor soundtracks, is that one felt really normal to listen to by itself, but that the other felt really tied to needing to play the game. Once I actually sat down and listened to it for a while, I realized that I was completely wrong and that the Metaphor soundtrack is actually a masterpiece. It's not like your everyday hip-hop type of themed song like the Persona 3 or, you know, the jazz type from Persona 5 and whatnot. It's like an orchestra type of thing, but it is such a banger. Some soundtracks that instantly come to mind are You Face Luis Guillaborn, or however you say his name, Call of Magic, Ode to Heroes, Warriors in Valor. Dude, these soundtracks are genuinely unbelievably good. And I really can't regret enough how long I spent ignoring the soundtrack and listening to it on my own time until I actually sat down and listened to them. So if you're someone like me who never listened to the soundtrack after you finished your playthrough of Metaphor ReFantasio, I highly recommend going back and giving it a listen, because it is genuinely one of Atlus's best works when it comes to soundtracks.